Imagine this, an APC senator openly admitting that Nigeria can no longer keep quiet because hardship and insecurity have become unbearable. Then suddenly, report emerges that Kwankwaso may be exploring a political understanding with Tinubu and the APC ahead of 2027. And where does this leave Peter Obi? The man many young Nigerians still sees as the symbol of hope and change. Some political observers also believe that APC government is losing the confidence of even its own loyal supporters as frustration over the economic insecurity, cost of living, and country to rise daily. Because when APC voices begin to complain publicly in the Senate or more, it raises serious questions about the direction of the country. At the same time, many Nigerians also believe Peter Obi and Kwankwaso still represent strong alternative voices capable of reshaping the political conversation ahead of 2027 election. Now, the big question is, will Kwankwaso truly aligned with APC, or could opposition forces still unite against Tinubu in 2027 election? Let's watch this explosive video clip carefully and decide for yourself. And we'll be right back.
They should get to know that it has gotten to a point that we who are supporters, who are members of the APC, we can no longer keep quiet. The president must rise to the occasion. You will not see the truth and you are afraid to say it because you will die. We must open, Mr. President. The nation is on fire. The president must rise to the occasion. We must rise to the occasion. We must bring in people to save this country, or else we will be consumed. Every one of us will have a chapter for history. Whenever the history of this period will be written, whatever is our position, we have a chapter. We cannot keep quiet any longer. It has gotten to a point that we cannot sleep with our two eyes closed. We are not free. Our children are not free. The president must rise to the occasion. There is no nation that is so powerful that doesn't need support of other nations. Individual cannot say you will leave the war without any other person with you. So we must rise. The situation is our security system has collapsed. It has failed. And because it has failed, we need to look for foreign support. It costs Nigeria nothing. Forget the ego, forget the superiority of Nigeria in African nations. Today, we are facing serious problems. If our nation is to survive this period, I'm not in doubt that the security architecture we have today cannot cope with what we are facing. Every part of this country is threatened. From the north to the south, nobody is safe. Nobody can travel 50 kilometers in our nation. I feel like shedding tears for a country that we grew up, where nobody harasses you when you travel from Lagos to Maiduguri. I done it in times past. Today, I cannot travel from here to Kaduna to Niger State where I was born. The president must know that this is a bad time for our nation. We must look for foreign support to save this nation. This is my position, Mr. President. We must rise to it. They are killing people in the east, in the west, in the south, in the north. We should shut down the National Assembly. Let's shut down. If we cannot save this country, we stay in our homes. Our country is bleeding. People are in poverty. There's no food. People are hungry. Insecurity is threatening us. We cannot pretend. It's better we are not here than to not see that here people are dying. Every day Nigerians are dying. We must rise to the occasion. And so me, Mr. President.
Well, first of all, you need to look at the political structure. Initially, in January, we defected out of NNPP, not Kwankwaso, as we mentioned it earlier. And then the ideology of Kwankwaso have been what we adopted as a system of governance in Kano State. Because Kwankwaso was a pillar, was one of the major stakeholders that actually worked for the present administration. But you know, in politics, you need to understand the context and content before the content. Why I say this is that we are fully aware and everybody knows that NNPP is no longer a formidable platform for 2027 election. So therefore, there was an agreement between the critical stakeholders, including Senator Kwankwaso himself, that we should find a lasting solution against 2027 because NNPP cannot fly. So with that, with the consent of Kwankwaso, with the consent of the former Deputy Governor, Comrade Amir Absalam, they decided with the governor also to approach Tinubu as the first option, as option A, so that the possibility of joining APC can come to play. So when the governor approached President Tinubu, they started to discuss all these issues and what have you. Then Kwankwaso was beginning to run away from that discussion. And then at a later time, he made himself clear that he needs to speak to the president directly, one-on-one, because president is his friend. So the governor went to the president and tell him that my boss want to speak to you directly on the issue of defection to APC. So President Tinubu agreed to that. He picks an appointment for Senator Kwankwaso, and then the day that he's supposed to be in the Bila, he traveled to China. He mentioned to the Bila guys that, okay, when he comes back from China, he will inform them. Up till now, he didn't inform the Bila that he is back from China. So he maneuvered his way to actually recuse himself from the discussion of going to APC for a reason best known to him. So therefore, looking at the time, because March, April is supposed to be the time that any defection should happen according to the Electoral Act. So therefore, the governor cannot hesitate to move on because he's leading a state of over 22 million people, and he needs to have a political platform that he can run for the second term to continue with the giant stride that he has been doing in the state. For us, when you say Obi in Kano, it's actually a strange news. And many people are even surprised that the same Kwankwaso who said he has PhD, Obi has just an undergraduate degree. The same Kwankwaso who said he is more experienced politically and otherwise than Obi. The same Kwankwaso who has seen Obi as just a Biafra agent is now craving for him to be the vice president to Obi. So it's a surprise, and then Kano cannot accept this partnership because it's not really the Kwankwaso we know, because we know the Kwankwaso is straightforward person and is a kind of person that actually want to really contribute to the development of the country. But this partnership, I believe, is just temporary, and I don't even think Kwankwaso Obi ticket can work. Why? Because I know the two of them has a very different opinion, has a very different political view. So I don't see people with a different political view can actually connect under one ticket to provide what is needed for the country.
Okay. So you said you don't think the ticket can work because Kwankwaso had called them names in the past and all of that. So you said you think something is wrong with Kwankwaso. What do you think is wrong with Kwankwaso? That's number one. Number two will be the question of, can we differentiate the roles of the senator and the governor? Because let's know who did which, legislative and executive. Let's know who did which one did the senator or the governor do. But what is wrong with Kwankwaso? But to also add to my question, nothing was wrong with Kwankwaso when he ensured that the governor was elected then. It is now that he's no longer with the governor, something is wrong with it. Can you tell us what is wrong with Kwankwaso now? Okay,
let me just give you some few examples so that you can understand that Kwankwaso is getting confused. Probably his age, I'm not very sure. Somebody who does not believe. Yes, he's 70 now. So,
but you are being ageist. That's not fair.
Yeah. Anyway, let me just go straight to your question. Rufai, let me just go to your question first. Then if you have a follow-up question, then we can discuss it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Somebody who does not believe in Yoruba presidency has been moving between Abeokuta and Ibadan to secure a political fortune, has been engaging Obasanjo, has been engaging the Oyo State governor to secure a political fortune. This is an element of political confusion, because if you believe in something, you have to work on it. If you don't believe on something, you have no reason to work on it. So he has engaged at some point the Oyo State governor, Makinde, to secure similar partnership with Obi. And then when Makinde opted out of that discussion, then Kwankwaso went to Obi. The same Obi that I've mentioned that he has been calling him names. You understand? And he has seen Obi as a so imperial political leader that he cannot even work with in 2023. That is one. The second issue is that somebody who said Tinubu is his friend, and he ordered his political godson, the governor, to go and meet President Tinubu to discuss the issue of partnership, the issue of defection to APC, has withdrawn that support at the very late hour to also pursue another separate political movement. And then what I want to make clear here is that there are those who are working for Tinubu openly, directly, in the public space, and there are also those who can work for Tinubu behind the scene. And I believe whatever Kwankwaso is doing will favor Tinubu at the end of it, because Kwankwaso has worked for Tinubu in 2023. I am a member of the APC, and I have been the opposition spokesperson in Kano, and I have known what has happened in 2023. So therefore, in 2027, at the same time, Kwankwaso, it's just that we're going to work for Tinubu in 2027 directly and openly as members of the APC. But I believe Kwankwaso is also working for Tinubu in 2027 behind the scene.